Greetings, dear ones. We are the High Council of Orion. Let's take a moment to come into center, as you've already heard. Come into that center point of view, anchoring in your light, breathing into your space of now. Feeling yourself connected to the infinite source and allowing that inflow of connection to expand your radiance, expand your light. Opening up to an abiding sense of trust in yourself and the knowledge and wisdom and light within you. Let's take this moment to be in this connected, expansive place. It doesn't take long to get there. And one has access to being in this place, anchored in the center point of view, trusting in your space and your light and your radiance and all that comes with this. It's available to you always. So one can practice what you've been hearing in a more meditative way, where you have a prescribed time to sit down and connect and expand and feel and ask questions around trust, to expand the space that you trust within your life, so that it grows in a way that allows you to feel confident and sure of yourself, sure of your direction. So you can do this in a quiet moment and really take the time with it. And you can feel the peace and the ease and the trust expanding. You can feel the love anchoring deeply within yourself. You can have a greater experience of your light shining out. And then what happens is that meditative moment might end. You might need to get onto your day, whether it's into your day in the morning, whether it's your lunch break ended, whether you need to go to sleep to begin the next day over again. No matter what it is, you move into your day, and your day, by and large, is comprised of 3D activities, responses, engagements, interactions. And the way you can begin to not just have these moments of connection be in the moments where you look like you're quiet and meditating and having that connection, but expanding out to be in every single moment, no matter how 3D it looks. That's where you really begin to accelerate your experience of your expanding awareness and that truth and trust of the light within you. So how do you do that? You say, well, I have to take care of my family. I have to get to work and drive my car or sit in the train. I have to interact with people at my job. I have to do all these very 3D things like pumping gas, paying bills, washing the dishes, fixing food, washing clothes, taking care of the garden, all the things that you say are normal, everyday 3D activities, as if there's a division between your connection and your light and those things that you're doing. Part of this expanding awareness is being able to see it all integrated into one space. So there isn't the spiritual and non-spiritual. There isn't the connected and disconnected, that you're expanding the sense of connection. You're expanding this sense of spiritual. You're expanding this sense of light into literally everything you do. For as long as you feel that there's a separation between the two, you're going to experience a separation between the two. Yet this ascension process, this expanding awareness and awakening, is awakening to the constancy, the consistency of light throughout all of it. The divine light, the light that you're seeking within yourself, is inherent to every single interaction, transaction, action, thought, belief of every single moment of your life. There is no separation. There is a perception of separation, but separation is not real. So as you go about your day, let's go back to the idea that you've had a beautiful meditation, connection, now time, breathing time, anchoring into your center point time. And you feel lovely, elevated, connected, trusting, expanding. And then you say, oh, now I have to go into my day. There's a thought of separation. Bring your light with you. Bring your light and awareness with you wherever you go. So, using the idea of pumping gas, working with your child when they're having a dinner time meltdown, being in a difficult meeting at work, having to work with challenging relationships in your life, no matter where it is. What you want to do is also be seeking the light in every single one of those experiences, so that you're creating a growing energy of continuity between the light that you're experiencing within yourself and the light that already exists in the world around you. You want to close the gap to viewing them as separate and seeing that the light is there in every single moment and every single exchange, interaction, transaction that you have. Now, how do you do that? Part of it is, in any given moment you're in, you can begin to ask yourself, I'd like to experience my light, my radiance, my connection. At the same time, I'm working with my toddler having a meltdown. I'd like to experience the light of my toddler having a meltdown while I'm supporting them. I'd like to experience and have an awareness around my light and truth in this business meeting at work, as well as the light and the truth of the experience of everyone in this space. This is very much an inner game experience, right? It's not something that you need to be discussing with everyone and say, just a moment, I need to connect with your light. You can be doing it by asking for and opening up to the idea that the light that's present within you is equally present in any other situation, person, experience that you're in. And what you're beginning to do with this experience then, as you begin to look for, ask for, choose to experience the light that you feel within you radiating into every situation you find yourselves in, as well as understanding that each and every individual there has their light that they're radiating it out as well, you are opening up to seeing the continuity and not the separation. And as one talks about what happens in this field of ascending consciousness, it's moving more into a unified field. It's moving into consciousness being more one, experiences being harmonized. And so you have the potential right now to do this from the place that you find yourself by literally, no matter what you're doing, even if you're mowing the lawn, feeding your animals, scrubbing the toilet. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You can ask for the light of who you are to be prevalent in that situation and allow the light that's in the situation to demonstrate itself to you. Now you could say, well, what is this light? This light can have whatever name you want. It's the light that's connected to Source. So when you think about the light relative to other people who you're interacting with, you could say the light and truth of their soul. And the light and truth of their soul, just like yours, is ultimately connected to Source. So as you think about that, you expand your awareness of it. You expand your sensitivity to see what's in that space. But because you're also being open to seeing less separation and more unity, there's an opportunity for things to become more harmonious, to flow a little more easily, a greater sense of compassion and understanding, love and grace can be prevalent in the space, in whatever space you find yourself in. Whether you're on a train traveling to work, whether you are having a conversation with a family member, whether the conversation is happy or sad or charged, it doesn't matter. You can continually ask to see your light in the space, feel that space, feel theirs, and you bridge the gap between the idea of separation, which is a polarity, and bring it into a unity. And this is how your experience of your light becomes integrated into everything. And this is when you think about what people talk about relative to an ascended consciousness, this is what it is. It's in a unified field. There's understanding, there's peace, there's compassion, there's this sense of oneness, there's this sense of unity. You're dropping the requirement in 3D to experience everything in a polarized way. You're beginning to blend it in. So you don't need to leave to go to any other dimensional reality. You can begin to bring this unified consciousness into where you are by looking at your light, tapping into it, asking for it to be present in every single moment, and inviting the light to reveal itself to you through all the other people and circumstances that you interact with every single day. If you begin to play with this, if you begin to incorporate this as often as you can, begin noticing the shifts in how you feel, in how others respond to you, in what transformation is possible at the highest level when you invite the light to join you in all your activities, in all your thoughts, in all your experiences. Be blessed. We are the High Council of Orion.